Hello, welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael. It's good to be with you again. It's been a while. This is a reading for the collective, but it's not a collective reading. It's going to resonate with only some of you. What I'm going to do is just pull some cards and see what comes out. I'm not going into this with any questions in particular. It's just whatever message or information you need right now. So let's see if this resonates. So I'm going to start with pulling probably 5 cards and see what I get from that, and then we will go from there. Hope everyone's been doing well. I know that there's been a lot of energetic changes happening. Every time I do a video, I seem to talk about all the changes going on, but the energy has been very heavy, very different. I'm sure that all of you are feeling it, especially for the light workers, because it affects your light or your energy, and it's pretty intense, definitely. So these came all out together. This is great. And let's do one more. All right, we start with the High Priestess, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So again, this is not going to resonate with everyone. These are just probably some specific people that are dealing with this. So I'm going to just read this collectively, or read the cards all together. So the High Priestess. I'm drawn in particular to the one in the middle, the Knight of Wands. I think that this is the key point. The other ones are in support of that. So the Knight of Wands, this is for you. You have something new coming in, or you're headed in a certain direction. You're feeling called in a certain direction, and it's wands, so it's creativity of creating something new or changing how you're doing things, of taking a different shift or different twist to it. So that's kind of the overall driving energy here. It's like something new. It's a change. You're making a change and you're almost beginning a new journey towards something, or you're wanting to. Now, where the other cards come in, you have the High Priestess. So this is something that you have been thinking about for quite some time. And I'm surprised I don't read reversals, but if I did, this card, I really feel it would be in reverse. It's where you're not necessarily listening to your intuition. Well, that's not right. You know what your intuition is saying, but you are kind of ignoring it. You're going against it because it doesn't make sense to you, what you're seeing and what you're feeling of this new path or adventure, whatever it is you're doing, this creative spark that you've been given. The Ace of Wands came in at some point, and you had this great creativity, this spark of something, and now you're on the horse, and you're in this. You see the Knight of Wands there. And by the way, I'm pulling from the Whispers of Time Tarot for this. It's a beautiful deck. And you have the Knight of Wands, and in the background you have I guess the sun or the earth, or it's big. If it's the sun, you'd be fried. But anyway, you have that light behind you, and you're moving forward, but at the same time you're kind of pausing. You're going slower. Your horse isn't it's rearing up, it's rearing to go, but it's standing in place because you're just not quite ready to pull it because of the High Priestess. And again, it should be in reverse the way I'm feeling this, but you're not you're not paying attention to your intuition. You know what it's saying, but your mind is involved. And that is where that's where the disconnect is happening. Following that, we have the Six of Wands, and you want success, and you have had success and cause to celebrate. So this is kind of what's doing this. It's what's fueling this one. So you have the Six of Wands, so you have a celebration. It's a great time. You have some success happening. And how do you move forward with that? You know what you want to do. If life was ideal and perfect, what would you do? And you're kind of at that point right now. Maybe life isn't ideal and perfect, but you're tired of it being not what you want, and you're ready to go forward. It's a huge step for you. It would be almost like the fool stepping off a cliff. That's kind of what it feels like for you. And you have the King of Pentacles. So this is your mind here talking. You know, it's not a swords, but it's this making this decision of what is in the best interest for my life, my future, my family, my security. This is what you are gearing up for. And that is, these go together. So the creativity, it's time to move forward, but you're kind of at a pause, a standstill, and this is what your goal is. And why is this your goal? Because we have the Six of Cups. I'm going to read this one a little bit differently, but this is what I'm feeling. This goal or whatever you're doing is tied to something from the past. There's this nostalgia, of course. That's what this card means. It's nostalgia. It's thinking back, looking back, what it could have been, coulda, shoulda, woulda. You have the opportunity right now because you've had some success with something that you're like, the time is now. And this success could be that the door has opened, some type of something has opened, and you're like, I can step through this now. And you're thinking back about the past, and this is fueling the passion, the emotions. It's a very emotional thing for you. Now, let me sum that up a little bit better, okay? I'm sorry, I was all over the place on that, but you're ready to make a change, make a shift. You feel it, you know it. You've been there for a while. You're at a stall period. You're standing still, but you're ready to take action. You're just wondering, am I seeing everything correctly? Am I listening to the right thing? Everyone around me says that I'm crazy, but I know what I've seen, and I know how I feel, and I'm pulling everything together. Do I have what it takes to move forward? And you do. So I'm going to pull some more cards, and let's see what the next part of this says. Let's go a little bit deeper with this. So that's the surface right there of where you are and your motivation behind it. Something to do with the past. I'm thinking an old passion, and it's like you've always wanted to do it. And now you have the opportunity, or you feel like now's the time to take that opportunity. Maybe everything's not ideal money-wise, but that is your goal. You have, with the King of Pentacles there, you have the security. You have everything that you need. It may not feel like it, but you do. So you have the support there. All right, let's pull some more. I'm just going to go right off the top after I jump with one more. Okay, here we go. We have the Three of Wands, the Magician, the Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and we have the King of Swords. You have a lot of court cards going on here. This is a lot of decision making of, taking charge of your own kingdom, your own domain. So on this one, so we've had in the first one, we had the Knight of Wands, and now we have the Knight of Pentacles. We start with the Three of Wands. This is good. This is definitely about movement and change, relocating, traveling, seeing the world for what it is, seeing the bigger picture. It's time to move forward with this. And you're kind of looking out there waiting, is my ship going to come in? What's going to happen? And you're the ship. There's no ship coming in for you. You're the ship. That's what you should be doing as you move forward, is just go with it. You have everything in front of you. Three of Wands. Magician. This is a follow-up. This shows you do have everything you need. You have it all. You just have to find a creative way to do it. And the success on this one is not listening to other people of what they tell you, how they say you should do it. This is about you digging in deep. And that's where the High Priestess comes in. I mean, these follow up with each other. But the High Priestess is connected to both, both sides of the realm, and has all that information. But the High Priestess also keeps it quiet. She keeps a lot to herself. She's not a babbly. She doesn't go on social media every time she gets an insight or gets an inspiration. She keeps it to herself, and she what's the word I'm looking for? She guards that. And the Magician is, he ponders everything. The magician, he or she ponders everything. So you're looking at a new way, looking at a book, looking at the notes, and looking at your past and all the things you've learned, all the little synchronicities that are now suddenly all coming together. And it's like, how do I create something with this? What do I do? There's no book I can buy on this. Maybe I should get card readings from everyone to get answers. Maybe not. Maybe don't do that, because remember, High Priestess, you have everything. You don't need to go to other people to get the answers. It's time to pull it together for yourself. You have to create it yourself. Your life, your success, your adventure, your way, no one else's. And if you really listen deep to your internal navigation system, your intuition, your higher self, you're going to know exactly what to do. And what's going to confuse you on this, it is not going to look like anything that you've seen. I mean, it's completely different. And that's probably why the High Priestess keeps things to herself, because people say, well, that woman is a freak. And people may be saying that about you. And they also could be saying, are you crazy? Why are you doing this? You have everything. Why are you doing this? And you're feeling, you're moving forward. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight because he's very strategic in what he does. He's not galloping through the countryside. He's carrying that pentacle, and he's wondering, where do I plant my seeds? Where do I put my intention? What do I focus on? What are my goals? And that's why it's a little slower pace for you, because you're questioning. And what you're questioning is, do I do this? Can I risk this financially? Do I have everything I need to do this? Is this crazy? Yet everything inside of you, you feel it, you know it's for you, but it's different than anything you've ever done. And it goes against the norm. It's like, why would you walk away from a certain situation where it seems secure? You have everything you need. You're admired, you're respected, or maybe you're not, but you have all the things that we are said we should have in life, right? But it's like, it's not enough for me. There's something more. I want to do something different, and you should. Hanged Man. Now, this is a great way to look at the energy right now. You're in a pause or a freeze type of thing, but also too, this goes back to some of the other cards, is you're looking at something now from a different perspective, not the perspective of, in life, this is how you have to live to be successful. You have to have a job. You have to have money coming from someone else, whatever. And I'm talking about jobs right now, aren't I? And I don't mean to, but it's just, a lot of people are dealing with this, whether it's the job or whatever. People are concerned about, because Pentacles, you're concerned about your security, your financial well-being, about your sustainability. Do you have what it takes to move forward into the future and survive, to have your basic needs met? Not always your wants, but your needs. And the Hanged Man is there in a couple of different aspects. One is that looking for a different perspective, looking for something to validate what they feel, or looking for something to validate that it's not what they should be doing because they don't want to take action right now. And they're looking for anything to bypass that, to say, well, I think I should wait now because this is what I've received, and I'm going to wait and pause. So you can't hang around all day long on a tree, from a tree. You have to make a move. And when you do come down off that tree, off that cross or whatever it is, you're going to resurrect into a new person, and you're going to have a different mindset. So the Hanged Man, that's one of the things about this energy. And it's not just always a different perspective. It could also be some deception going on in your own mind. You're trying to convince yourself either against it or for it. What was your first gut reaction when you thought of it? Is the first answer, and it'll be really quick, is it like, yes, do it? And then you're like, well, I don't know. And you go into the Hangman phase. So this is something to be aware of, and it's time to come down off of that. The last one is the King of Swords, and this is the final decision that you have to make. The King of Swords, it's like the Queen of Swords. She doesn't take crap from anyone. She says it like she sees it. And the King of Swords does all of that as well. But He looks at the bigger picture. So this could be a decision you are making on behalf of your entire family, not just yourself. You are really having to struggle with this because it's going to involve other people, other resources. It's going to deeply impact or affect potentially your complete legacy, your financial well-being, all kinds of stuff. And the King of Swords is not going from emotion on this one. It's intellectually. He has all the emotion. He knows that, but he's making the right decision for his kingdom. You make it for your life of what is the best way to go. Not necessarily you have to stick with what you're stuck in. And that's why the hangman came first, because the hangman is saying, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? This is a big opportunity for me, but is it a smart opportunity? Is it going to pay me what I need? And we spend way too much time, and I can speak from experience on this one. We spend way too much time focused on one thing, the money. We'll take a job we don't like because at least it's money, and we'll find what we want later. And we get stuck and trapped in that job, and all kinds of things happen. Or we go into a partnership with someone for a certain business opportunity, and it's like, well, this is great. And then it's not great, but you stay in it and you stay in it, and it just drains you dry. The King of Swords has to just eventually call it to say, I'm done. What I'm going to do. I don't care what it looks like. I'm not going to go with the emotion. I'm going to kind of put my fear aside, and I'm just going to make this decision because it's the right thing to do. So that's where you could possibly be right now. So what we see thus far is that there's something in front of you. You want to do it. You feel it, but it's scaring you because it's taking you out of a comfort zone. And that comfort zone is an area where you've been in a long time. You don't like it, but at least you know what's there. It's not the unknown. So this is about going into the unknown. Let's pull some more. A lot of change happening right now in the world, in our society. A lot of movement taking place. People are leaving things, and you think about in your own life, in all of this energy that's happening. There's probably a lot of things that you've always been attached to from the past, and now you're like, why am I doing that? And you're just walking away from it, or it's organically leaving you, and it's also creating a lot of free space for you to fill it with new things. And that's what some of this may be about. It doesn't necessarily have to be just an opportunity or a new adventure or something that you create. It could be creating a new life for yourself, a new world around you, a place where the energy matches yours, and you can stay in that higher vibe that you're feeling and stepping away from the stuff that doesn't work. All right, pulling from the top. All right. Well, this is the outcome. If you make the change, you follow what your intuition's telling you to do, not what your fears are telling you to do. So this is about you balancing. I'll read this in a second. This is where you are right now, as you are balancing, trying to find a peace accord between your ego and your mind and the fears and your heart. It's about following your heart. So the sun, beautiful clarity coming in. And also this is a very positive thing. It's like, it's not as dark as you think it is. It's actually a beautiful divine thing that's happening now. You have this opportunity, and you're seeing it more clearly every day. And that's frankly what scares you, because more clearly every day, you also see that what you've been doing just doesn't work. And maybe you've invested a lot of time in it, and you have a lot of relationships or friends or something, and you're like, what do I do? But the clarity is there, and the sun is there as well. So you see that path walking forward toward the sun, walking between going through the gate. So this is a new threshold for you. It's something brand new. You're walking into a whole new chapter here, and it is sunny on the other side of the gate. Right now, you can't see that, but it is. And it's that warmth from the other side that's slowly pulling you forward into it. You have the Queen of Wands. You had a lot of wands. So this is really, we have a lot of wands in this reading, and Pentacles. So those two that's the key. And then we've had cards that had to do with intuition and making decisions, nostalgia, and the Six of Cups again could be not only, I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around here, I apologize, but the Six of Cups, when I first read it, now I'm seeing a little differently. I was thinking this is something from your past that you're drawn to. This, I really believe, based on what I'm seeing, is an indication that you're afraid to leave what you're comfortable with, what the past was. Again, you didn't like it, but at least you knew what it was. So this is very emotional. You're tied deeply to what you're also wanting to walk away from, and you're worried, what are people going to think? Are they going to hate me? Well, they may be jealous of you, they may miss you, but you're not leaving them forever. You're just stepping into a new chapter of yourself. Now, how many of the storybook characters from the former chapters are going to reappear in this new chapter? That is entirely up to you. If you write a spot for them in there, and maybe they don't belong there anymore. Maybe they're not the main characters of your story. Maybe you should be. So think about that. Queen of Wands. Another great ruler, a great decision maker. The Queen of Wands is the one that gets things done. I mean, they do. They are like the soccer moms, and they're the ones out doing fundraising, and they just take action and get it done. They don't mess around and waste time. They just do it all. And this is a really powerful energy that is fueled by the sun, that's pushing you and pulling you in there. So this is saying, this is the future here. If you do everything that you think you want to do, what is a potential outcome? Potential, because you can change everything in here by your next decision or thought. It can change. This is just right now what I'm feeling energetically and what I'm seeing. But the Queen of Wands is that let's do this energy that I get from this. And that's followed up by the Four of Wands. Now, this is a great one. This is, foundation, creating something brand new, and also having support there with you as well. So this is a very positive card. And you see a couple there. It's not necessarily that you're going to have a new relationship. It's not always love. It's not. It's just someone there to walk beside you, someone to support you. You have a great foundation that's built here at this time. And whether that's a new community of people, you find a new tribe that you want to be close with because you're all going through the same thing together. This could also be a relationship that you form with yourself, your higher self. This is whatever supports you and sustains you and helps you walk through that gate and walk forward. Great energy. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. On this one, what I'm going to say, this is not, darkness ahead type of thing. This is what I think you're leaving. And this is also a sign of what to watch out for, in that the Five of Pentacles is it's just a sad card. It can be a really sad card. It's this feeling of being cast down or rejected. And it's not always that way, because think about this. You're moving in a new direction into a new chapter of your life, and you're going to have, it's interesting because the Five of Pentacles could really work with the Six of Cups, kind of the reverse of that. Six of Cups is the nostalgia of looking back and everything was happy and great. And the Five of Pentacles is where you are at the moment saying everything sucks. Don't let those two merge into one. So the Five of Pentacles, the way I am reading this, and everyone reads differently, but the way I'm reading this for this overall spread is you want to avoid this. You are going to have some, it's going to be a challenge to move into something new. You're going to have a lot of doubt and fear, and you're going to be wondering, what have I done to myself? Am I crazy? And if this continues for very long and it takes you a little bit of time to meet new people, that are in alignment with you, or you're just not finding that Four of Wands experience that you're looking for that nice foundation. Remember, it's not about you establishing yourself necessarily with other people. They should be there to support you and be with you, but you are the driver. You're the knight that showed up several times. You are taking that action. All the wands, that's you. This is entirely on you. There's no savior coming in to help you with this. You have to do it. And it's going to be very easy to get discouraged and depressed. It's not working on your timeline. And you're going to think, I just am a loser and no one wants me. And the Five of Pentacles, especially if you're just a second. Oh, yes. Okay. So some stuff's going to happen and it's going to shake your confidence to the core. And you're going to wonder, did I make a mistake? And that's where this starts to come in. You could start to internalize that by saying, it's not working for me because no one wants me. No one likes me. I'm not getting followers. I'm not getting hits. I'm not getting anything like that. I'm just getting nothing. Why did I do this? If this, I feel this is my mission or my purpose, why is this happening? It's happening for a reason, because again, you are the savior of your life when it comes to this. All the answers are inside of you. They start with you. And these things happen to teach us to trust ourselves more, to have faith and confidence in ourselves, not having a group of people around us to give us moral support, which we need, but not because they're going to step in and save us if something happens. So this is an energy to really, really watch for. This is going to happen. And so remember this in the future, that you will start to blame yourself and you'll start to feel that you're not having success because you are not worthy, you're not successful, you're a loser, you're any number of things, however you term it. And it's not the case. It's happening because you're being prepared for something new, and you're going to have hard times. Remember, even Jesus was crucified. So you're not going to be crucified, but you are going to crucify yourself. Watch it that you don't do that. Mentally, don't allow yourself to do that. Just say, okay, it's a little dark right now, but it's always darkest before the dawn. So walk through that. And then you have the Three of Cups. Now, this is a beautiful thing. This is definitely a time of celebration, a very strong emotional thing, a lot of energy there. And it's kind of the overall ending. So it works out. It does. You end up with that. You're feeling like a loser or you're cast out. And then the Three of Cups show up. So you have that emotional support, that strength that you need to help carry you forward. This is a beautiful confirmation card to let you know you're not a loser. You're not a failure. You're not behind. You're not broken. All those things that we hear. You're not. You are perfection just the way you are. And I'll say this, the more mistakes that you've made in your life, the things that you are so ashamed of, and you feel shame. Shame is accountability. That's a good thing, because that means you're taking responsibility. Taking no responsibility for anything and blaming everyone else, that's just narcissism, and that's not what you want to be. So with again, going back to the Five of Pentacles, when these energies start to show up, just breathe through it and just tell yourself, no, I know what I saw. I know why I'm here. I know what I'm supposed to do. It will play out. And you do get that in the end in a beautiful way. And you're not by yourself. You have other people there to support you and walk beside you and help you. And more importantly, you have people there to say, look at all the great stuff you've done. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you've suffered. And yet, here you are. You're not on a therapist couch somewhere. So I want to end with, we need something else. I'll just pull another card. I don't know. I had some different oracle decks I was going to pull from, and I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to read the whole thing as a story. Oh, there we go. The Ace of Pentacles. This is a divine thing, and this a lot of pentacles here. This could either should have been the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Wands, but I think we already have a lot says about the action and creativity. Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new opportunity for you that's being presented to give you the things that are going to bring you the most abundance. Abundance, not always financial. Abundance comes in many forms. Love, support, people hearing you, people caring, you believing that you matter and feeling that you matter. All of these wonderful things that we seek in a variety of other ways. We work in different jobs. We try to make as much money because we want to feel successful. We want to be accepted. We want people to look up to us and listen to us when we talk. We want to have that voice of, I got a lot of money in my pocket, listen to me. And people do. So the Ace of Pentacles is what's happening right now, and that's what's coming forward. All of this work is going to birth something amazing. Again, not always money, but the most love and abundance and those types of things that probably you could even possibly imagine. It could exceed your expectation. So I hope that has meant something for you with what you're going through. It's a beautiful spread of cards, and it's a very exciting time for you. And that's easy for me to say, but for you right now, it's not feeling that way. It's a very scary time, possibly, because I hate to say, you're at a crossroads. Every day we're at a crossroads, but it could be a very scary time for you that's causing a lot of angst, a lot of emotion, some sleepless nights, and you just wondering, what do I do? Because I have a lot at stake on this one. If I make the wrong decision, it could ruin me. And what will people say? They're going to laugh at me. They're going to say, yeah, we told you so. But something inside of you is leading you forward because you feel it. You know it's right, even though it makes no sense. That's taking that step of faith off the cliff. That's what the fool does. The fool doesn't know where he's going to land. The fool believes that there's something there to catch him. And that's why he's looking up in the card, because he's, it's that I will lift up my eyes into the hills from whence comes my strength. He's looking up because he's just trusting. He's listening to his higher self, and he's tapped into the universal consciousness, to the divine, one-on-one, walking hand in hand, even though he's going to step off a cliff. We look at that and say, are you crazy? But he does it in complete bliss. Ignorance is bliss, right? They go together, but he just does it that way. And that's where you are right now, taking that step into the unknown. And you can do this. There's great things, Ace of Pentacles, the Sun. You have a lot of great stuff coming your way. So I wish you the very best. I hope you have a wonderful week or weeks ahead, whenever I see you next. Who knows? My readings are going a couple months in between because it's just a lot of stuff's happening and I'm working on some other stuff. But I really appreciate you walking on this journey with me, the metaphysical journey. And this is all part of mine, but you have yours, your journey, your way. Thank you so much. Bye.